Hello, everyone. Hey, and I hope you stay till the end. I'm not sure how long this will be. It might be. I kind of feel like it won't be that long today. So I hope you manage to stay. I hope you're doing well. This page that I worked on stream, and for some reason it didn't save. So I took screenshots from the stream. So the sketches are kind of blurry and pixelated. Thank you, I really hope you do. Hey Andy, how are you doing? No, I'm lining it now. So I just sketched it on stream. So I took screenshots from the stream. Thankfully, I streamed that one. But the sketch is kind of not that clear. Not that it matters too much to me. I kind of... Sketches, sometimes sketching for me is just like placeholders. Just put, oh, the face is gonna go here and these are the eyes. Go wild when you line, you know? So how are you doing today, Andy? Going out in town for a festival in 20 minutes. I'm sad about that. I want to pop. I really appreciate that, and I hope you have tons of fun at the festival. That's exciting. I am kind of drained, but also I want to wait for Alpha. If Alpha is gonna join today, I'm not sure. But I've been watching something that they recommended, and I'm here like with an episode fresh out of the oven, so something about that. And but other than that, I'm really drained. I don't like summer for people visiting. Welcome, Spectre. Why is there a giant tilde on my TV? You're visiting, Jordan, but I don't mean you. But yeah, visitors coming from abroad kind of sucks all of my energy. And Noir, yeah, you get Noir and Eldar in one package. A deal, you know? Digital, yes. The amazing Digital Circus, yes. That was fast because I finished ORV Volume 3. So I have thoughts about that as well, so I was waiting for maybe if Blue joins as well. Yeah, Alpha suggested that, and it's like something that that came on my radar. Oh my god, Andy, you too? No, I watched a few episodes. So I watched this podcast called Versus Wolves. Two YouTubers, Woody Versus and Super Eye Patch Wolf, have this podcast where they just recommend each other stuff and then they talk about them. And last episode, Super Eye Patch Wolf recommended Wooly to watch Amazing Digital Circus. So that's how it came on my radar. And I checked, like just looked it up, wrote down the title. I'm like, no, that's not for me. Too many colors and 3D. And I just logged out. Last stream, Alpha suggested it, recommended it, and I... Was it Alpha? It was with Alpha, right? And I... Sodium as well was talking about it, I think. And I kind of... When I heard that it's short episodes, and dark dynamics, and no romance, I'm like, you stole me. Alpha and Sodium, yes. Should I watch it? Okay. It's like hearing the president read no... What? The president read No Home? That much for you, Andy? Wow. So here's the thing. I wouldn't have mentioned it this stream because it was good. But there were some stuff that... See, here's the thing. I can enjoy stuff, but for them to make me reach the level where I want to talk about them, or reach the level where I want to draw a fan art of them, or record a video talking about them, that's a whole different story. There's a threshold. If they cross that, I need to talk. And first four episodes... Good. Like, first episode I watched, I'm like, oh no, this is, oh, okay. Colorful and 3D modeling, I don't like it. And there's something about, in general, I don't like the over animated characters. I don't know if I'm gonna make sense with this. When, like, usually it's, I want to say Western, but I'm not sure. Like Disney and Pixar and stuff, they kind of over exaggerate the animation of the characters, and just a taste thing that doesn't vibe with me, you know? But the visuals were good still. Like, even with these things that I don't like, the visuals were good. So I realized quickly, because I was happy that it's English, so I can put it to the side while I work. But from the first episode, I felt like, no, actually, this needs to be watched. I need to sit down and watch it. First 4 episodes, it was a slow burn for me. I only liked it after episode 4 or 5 actually. We'll get to 5. So up until episode 4, it was very interesting. It was trying to hit so many notes at once. Like, there's a lot of commentary. Like, the creators, I'm not sure, I don't know anything about behind the scenes, but the creators, Glitch Studio, I think, behind the thing, has a lot to say, and they're doing it very nicely. Look at this cutie. Oh my god. So I kind of there's another problem that I had generally, and it's a very, very, very personal, specific problem. It comes from my my brain is structured. Kind of like when I listen to Eminem rap or any good rapper, I can't. I get brain headache just thinking what like I'm consuming and creating at the same moment. So stuff like that I don't like. I don't really enjoy. It's tiring, especially when I'm on a deadline or I have a lot to do outside of it. So there were a lot of things in the episodes that makes you want to interpret or think about or as you're watching, and I got tired. That's why episode 5 was perfect. I just finished episode 5 before stream, and I reached the point where I want to talk about it. Episode 5 was so good. Unreal. The level of goodness in it. So I'm looking forward to watch more now. It was definitely a surprise that there's a bunny looking character called Jax, because I was thinking of Jax from Sons of Anarchy to call this fella here. So it was very funny. Episode 5 is too good. It's not just, it's too good. Like, wow. My god, I talked a lot and Alpha isn't even here. I want to talk about Jax. I want to talk about... So let me think how to talk about it and be creative without spoiling anything. My best friend just came to visit and I introduced Ildar to him as this is the most hated man in the world. Well, if we go by the popularity poll, it was the most hated. I still can't believe that. I felt like there are a lot of people. Also, hi, Spectre's best friend. I'm very present for Jax talk. I want to talk about Jax because there isn't much to talk, but episode 5 kind of, yeah. But Jax has to get in touch with something, let's say. He represents a huge percentage of people in this real life. And I look forward to where that's gonna go. I don't like... very funny thing happened in episode 4, I think. So there's this character that I don't like, and I kind of felt like... So Undertale has this character that is beloved. A lot of people hate when you kill them. And I don't like them. I don't like this character at all. They just don't give me good feeling. Like, I'm sus about them, okay? And I kind of got the same feeling from Ragatha, I think. And it's very funny that in episode 4 by the end, or who was it that said that? I don't remember the name. What was her name? The artist. What was her name? Her name? She said something about not Zubul. Zubul rocks. Oh my god. The artist that draws manga, wanted to be a webcomic, a manga inspired webcomic, wanted to create. Zubul is probably most goated from the get-go. From the first scene, I fell in love. Something with the G. Let me look up. No, the one with the comedy tragedy mask. Gangle, yes. Yeah, in the fast food episode, Gangle told. Oh my god, I'm so bad with names. Is it Pomni? Yeah, that Ragatha doesn't feel genuine at times, and that is exactly how I felt. I had my troubles. So yeah, overall, great. I don't want to even start talking about Kane. My god, Kane. My god. I wrote 2 huge analysis on Jax after. Oh my god, look at him. Rabbits steal my heart. I wrote 2 huge analysis on Jax after I finished the show. I literally barely ever do that for anything else than great. Wow. I can see it. Jax from the get-go. Jax hit me as... See, he is very attractive. Character-wise, personality-wise, okay? And you can see that the creators paid extra care, paid extra attention to this character specifically. And I feel like these creators know exactly, like, they are very sure that it's gonna be a fan favorite. And this is why I'm waiting for the... Because I don't know, I feel like Jax represents a huge percentage, as I said, of... I don't know if demographic is the word, but he represents a large percentage of people, let's say. And I kind of feel like the creators knew that he's gonna hit with these group specifically. And I'm just sitting here waiting for when they flip the table. That's what's gonna happen, I feel. I'm a little biased for liking Jax, but that's for later. Jax is fun. All that, like, I thought of all that, but I don't really... I don't hate him, but I don't like him. But he's fun. And that whole episode 5. Wow, like, oh man, I can't wait. Jax is self-insert for the author. I think that's also a big part of why he's got so much. Oh, really? There is a lot of work that he needs to do. That's for sure. But yeah, generally speaking, like, I don't have too many thoughts. I do have, like, I'm thinking a lot about Kane, because Kane... His name is Kane, right? The teeth eyes. Oh my god, the commentary that is happening with this character, and this is coming from a creator's perspective, is unbelievable. I don't relate to all of it. But some of the, like, the way it starts with, oh no, we don't swear because this is an all ages show, and I'm like, my god, that's such, like, I'm not surprised if the creator of this character or this show is a YouTuber and is just commenting on this, you know, how all these big YouTubers suddenly stopped swearing or started censoring their swears because of YouTube's and the internet as a whole. So things like that were fun. I love, again, reasons why you should watch, not just listen. Like, I love the joke about I love Zubul, man. I love Zubul. Oh my god. They're great. It's Zubul, right? I need to scroll up to be sure. I'm never sure with names. Names and pronouns, I'm always afraid. Zubul, yes, Zubul. But yeah, there's this bit with... No, I'm lining in the wrong layer, so what we do is we delete and we start again. Listen, I can talk. I think if I were to make any analysis, it's gonna be on Kane, because he's very relatable. In, like, not relatable in everything that he says, but in his position and how he thinks of things for the end goal of the creation he's creating, you know? That's how he's relatable. Like, I don't really... Like, there's this bit about, what about the drama? Like, how are we gonna... Like, where's the fun when there's no... What was it? Violence or horror or... I don't know. Stuff like that. It does feel like what the industry sometimes makes you feel you have to do. What else? But yeah, I love this bit with Jax. Zubul. When Zubul brought a little piece of corn. And he's afraid of corn. You know? Corniness. This is the writing I love. I would love to hear that. I didn't think of Kane much while watching, but you're right that he's got a lot, too much to tell. But yeah, again, I feel like I'm gonna rewatch episode 5 because episode 5 is the kind of episode that I enjoy, where it gives you enough to think about, but not too much. The first 4 episodes tired me. I love the episode with the fast food restaurant a lot, but I love the commentary on it at the start of episode 5 more. When you realize which characters enjoyed that and which didn't. It should be white, big head, all the screen as usual, not this. One day I'll stream and it's white. I know, right? Why am I having Dad of the Year on my screen? I'm gonna gag. Oof. Is there a relation between gag, like gag manga, or a gag, like funny thing, and gagging? Sometimes I only watch shows with half a brain and I only think of one character or two. That's me. That's usually me. But sometimes things are so, like, you can feel like they are saying something. I should get it. There is something being said here, especially when it's a theme that I'm interested in. Like creators, like characters in a story, like stories about stories, like stuff like that. I'm always interested in these. So when you present me with something like this, I lose my mind. Kind of like when I listen to Eminem or some good rapper, I kind of get tired because I am interested in words. You can't put words in front of me and not think, like, you just saw me how I went with gag. Like, what's with gag being a joke or a funny thing and gagging, stuff like that. I don't know what you are talking about, so I'm more focused on it. No, not at all. I shouldn't talk too much about the show that you still want to watch. And we do need to talk about, you asked a very good question last stream that I want to tackle, actually. Hey, Tam, welcome. Tam, can you listen? Can you listen? Can you hear me this stream, or are you all no audio? If I don't get an answer, then there is no audio. It's crazy because I'd normally be crazy about Zubul and Kane's character, but Jax and Pomni were highlighted in my brain while watching, and they're the only ones I genuinely focus on. That's me. Like, I posted this top 10 Hunter x Hunter characters, and someone asked me, like, Gon doesn't make it to top 10. I'm like, I love Gon. He's brilliantly written. He's a great character, narratively. And of course, his association with Killua makes him top. But he's not my type of character. My type of character is the character that I just want to see them. I completely focus on them. And I usually spend all my time waiting for them to appear because I rarely like protagonists. So, I get you. I totally get you. I love Zubul so much. Too much. And Kane, I don't like, but I'm interested in. You have audio. Great, Tam. Tam, last week, I think you asked a question about Noir's hair. You asked if he has gray hair or it's like stylized with these white bits. And no, he actually has gray hair. So again, usually I don't really, like, I was watching this great video. If you're interested in characters and writing and stories, let me just try to grab the links. So I've mentioned before, no, not here. wonder if this will work. It should work, right? So yeah, Alexander, on YouTube, on Twitch, he has this channel with scattered thoughts. Great scattered thoughts on writing, on anime and stories, on his favorite things, stuff like that. And he did this very good video about I can't hate fictional characters. I thought a lot about many of you here who hate this guy here, this man. No, there isn't a prompt. You can always like SO. I don't think it's open for I'm not sure if it's open for everyone or just me. But if you SO is shout out, you can shout out any streamer. So this video about I can't hate fictional characters. I commented on it that I actually do hate fictional characters and love fictional characters because sometimes, a lot of the times when I watch something, read something, I'm more emotionally invested than intellectually. So I love and hate based on aesthetic, based on looks, based on characters, relatability maybe. I don't always connect to it because I want to turn off my writer brain and enjoy a thing. So I don't really have, like, I love this character because what it does narratively. Kind of like when I talked about Gone. Like when I talked about Gone. I love how important he is to the story and all his arc and development, but pure me, I would never be interested in this character. Joan from Hunter x Hunter. Hey Sleepy, welcome. SO Diju-san, you can use it. Thank you, Tam, for confirming that. Wait, somebody redeemed Rand Spectre about Jax? You want me to talk about Jax? Oof. Is it gray hair or is the art style you picked for the hair? So it's gray hair, yes. Welcome, Sleepy. How are you doing? Lovely seeing you here. So yeah, it's a great video in general about fictional characters, but yeah, I totally get everyone who just loves a character and not seeing any other character. That's me. That's me, the fan experience when I write or read something. And I kind of feel guilty sometimes about it because as a creator, I should pay more attention to what the creator is trying to do with characters all over the board. But again, as I said, when I get off the screen from creating and writing stories, drawing stories, I really don't want to be analytical about other stories. I just want to wind down, you know? I can't stay, but you all have a good Saturday. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Sorry, I didn't continue your message. Me and my best friend are heading over to get matching piercings. Don't be scared. Just love the best friendhoodness of it. Focus on that. Sometimes I act like consuming media is my full-time job. I hope my part in that, my story's part in that, doesn't take too much or asks too much of you, that it becomes a daunting job. Best friendhoodness Peak word. Thank you, Tam. If he chickens out after I do it, I'm gonna be so up. No, no chicking out. Chicking out. No checking out. No chickening out. Enjoy your outing, CP. Thanks a lot for stopping by. So where were we? I talked about John from Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, N asked a question last stream. It took me by surprise, honestly. And I wanted to ask. So N asked, thanks for the hydrate. What did you ask, N? Beauty mark on Noir's? No beauty mark. It's all old age, wrinkles, and maybe, you know, these, what did they call them? Liver spots, I think. So N asked the question about Noir. Does Noir see Yeldar as anything, the way Black sees Yeldar as Hawkman? Was that the question? And seeing Yeldar in forms like Black do? Yes, that's the question. Thank you. And I'm really surprised, kind of. Like, what makes you think that? What makes you ask that? Because at least from clippings, Violet's introduction in clippings, she seems to be the one that is detached from reality. So I found the question kind of fascinating. Not that I have an answer, but I was wondering if it is an actual trait or an actual thing that is genetic. Who do you think Black got it from? Like, these delusions? Delusions? I don't know. Thanks a lot for coming, Andy. Enjoy your outing, your festival, and yeah, we'll talk about more about amazing digital circus. Noir, no elaboration. You can't do that. No, you can't do that. I demand elaboration. So go enjoy your festival, and I'll be waiting. Illusion is sensory, delusion is about perception. Thanks, Tam. Good to know. Illusion is sensory. Delusion is about perception. I'm back in the building. That question 2 was going to be the next question. Who Black did take that visual thing from? I don't think I have answers. I really wanted to bring it up to the readership, to the audience, see what they think. Because if I were a reader, I would think it comes from Violet, maybe. Even though we haven't seen enough of Noir. So I would go with her introduction in clippings, because it did say, I think, detached from reality, or a romanticist that is detached from reality, something like this, I don't remember. I didn't think of it. The drawing last stream made the question come to my mind. Very interesting. I love questions like that make me think myself of the answers and what I would think. About Noir seeing Ildar as things. The question is, will that contribute in any way in you seeing him in a different light? No. I feel like the no is coming. No. I mean, if him saving White, finding White, getting a future dynamic with White didn't change your mind, I don't think him being like Black in any way would... Hi. Cute. That is not a reason to see him differently. You're right. That's true. Side-eye bunny? Tam, listen. The number of side-eye screenshots and videos I have of him, photos and screenshots from videos I have of him, is unreal. I hate him more because he is a good friend in that moment of finding White. I mean, Mamser did say it. That actually really makes me sad. That scene when Mamser says he's the best friend anyone can ask. We really need to finish. Oh, we already passed that in the revisiting. But when he says that and Black is like, oh, too bad we're just his children. That's sad. Why someone like did a good thing? Let me not give you a point. Maybe because the story is titled greyis, so you know? Maybe it's like how Black makes comparison between game mechanics and life. He also assigns traits to people who affect him, and it forms an entity that represents certain thoughts he has. You talk about Black, right? Because Black is definitely visual based. Sodium mentioned that in Trivia Channel, I think. Yeah, that's definitely him. That does sound like Black. Now that Volume 10 is out, you can see his splitting problem and gamifying life. It's not a problem, but like right now, the way he goes about it is kind of not a problem, more like a hindering, a maladaptive habit, maybe. Are come together, like the way he splits and actually assigns a role, assigns a feeling towards them. And Hawkman is not fully human. That could be him finding some things about certain things or people foreign. Yeah, remember in chapter 64, first chapter in volume 9, when he calls White and asks him if you have photos of Tai, and White asks him, do they have... Black said, I'm starting to forget their faces. And the first question White had was, do they have animal heads yet? And Black said yes, but the visual showed bloody faces. So I don't know how is the process, how much of the process is clear. It's up for every person's interpretation if they're interested. Not that it's very important. But yeah, he kind of, again, as a person who, from what we hear, from what White told Daniel and what Daniel diagnosed, he has face blindness. So Black could probably have been living his whole life just like when he sees someone, oh, he looks like a hamster, so he remembers. that he looks like a hamster, and maybe that person he starts forgetting and starts seeing a hamster head on them, you know? I don't think we've talked about Black's whole face blindness thing. So maybe, because there is this page in chapter 20. Yes, in chapter 20. Yes, there's this page in chapter 20 by the end of it. I'm trying to remember. Where they were walking in the hospital hallway, black and white, and they remember. No, they're not walking. Before walking, they were actually still in the hospital room. And White remembers how Black, as a kid, chose a Hulk for Yeldar. I give off the chapter numbers for those who like to check right now. I mean, they want to take note, or in the future who are watching the VOD later. Wait, so was the light's coming from here? So okay, let's go. So I didn't answer your question, Anne. I just wanted to say that it's a very thought-provoking question that I would love to hear anybody's thoughts or answer to, maybe. But then again, if you like, let's go with the assumption that Noir does have this thing where he visualizes or makes things out of people. Would you really think he would do it with Yeldar of all people? I wasn't sure if I could take Black's animal comparisons and imaginations as his own trait, or if it was a metaphor for the readers, because Jad has a story that compares him and his friends to, and other people to, yes. And one sometimes gets the animal drawn in the background to represent his feelings too. Yeah, true. The pieces are scattered for Black all over the place, but you can see it when I point it out like that. Again, it's not that important, that's why it's not at the forefront. And for Jad, it probably comes from his profession, you know? Writing about animals. I appreciate these thoughts. Very, very interesting, Tam. I forgot about Violet's definition in the clippings, because last stream I thought Black took it from Noir, but now it needs to think more about it. I'd love to hear any updates on the question, or any thoughts in general you come up with, if you think about it more. Especially after remembering what Larissa said about the family with White in volume 10. Yeah. Yeah, she Violet kind of hits you as this absent-minded kind of person. That's why I was thinking. Hi. What? Did you see the... I don't know if you can catch the side eye, but he did side eye us right just now. I'm so hungry for your Dark Violet interaction. Oh, Tam. Oh, Tam. I hope you'll find a lot of things to eat until then. Violet probably seems like that to Larissa because Larissa's daily life was so affected by Violet's. Yes, definitely. I'm so sorry, Larissa. I wish I am faster at creating. Because I want to release stuff. Honestly, not only for releasing, because I want to finish more of the story, regardless of how fast the updates are. Because once they're out, it's just a matter of time. Once it's out of my brain and on the canvas, it's a matter of time until it's out to the public. Manifesting another set of arms for D. Remember there was this sketch, this drawing, vent art I made of Up in Arms? I don't know if you saw it, not to remember it. Up in Arms. It's just a character with all these arms coming out of their back. I love that character. I want to revisit them again. Red hair noir again. I must consider Noir's job and his participation in the war. Did the war affect... Oh my god, Noir is... Noir? Sorry, N. I said Noir when I wanted to say N. N is killing it with the questions. You think a lot about Noir for a character that you really hate. You really want to understand it. Again, you really need to listen to Alexander's video on I don't hate fictional characters, because it does give an idea of how to deal with, with the hate, I guess. Just think of the story. Because again, as I said, when I read, I am very selfish and biased. Once I love a character, I don't care about the rest. But as a writer, that's why I might come across as loving this character when I don't really morally agree with them. It's just because I am thinking of the narrative more than anything. Like some people could, especially some people, and it's gonna get me here, especially people in the region, could ask the question, why do you have someone like Inad teasing about the shipping and all that? You could like don't open doors for more, like, for making the waters and stuff. But to me, it is very fitting for the narrative, especially after what White said to Lana in chapter 53, yes. So, I must consider Noir's job and his participation in the war. Did the war affect him, causing him to see things that are merely illusions due to the blood and wounds, not necessarily animals, or not? I feel it didn't truly affect him, but I won't know for sure until I know his past. And killing it with the questions. You know what? I want to save this selection layer. If there is an area that has a lot of details and you spend a lot of time selecting it and you're afraid you're gonna not like the effect you're gonna go for, especially in a big panel like this, you can always just save the selection. There is this, in the select menu, there is convert to selection layer and you get it as a layer. Very cool feature, so I always save. So now it's green-haired Noir. Let's turn this off and let's see what kind of effects we want for the hair. I remember him talking with Rita about the war and killing. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. I spent a week researching, reading, writing lore about this fictional war to get more of this. I'm trying to find the word that rhymes with more. Couldn't. Oh my god, and I'm imagining Noir seeing people with animal heads. I wonder if Noir can talk to Violet candidly like he did with Rita. Thing is, we need to finish revisiting Noir. We really need to finish revisiting him. Because it's all like sometimes they're talking about him and sometimes it's implied and sometimes, but if like Noir was there when Violet went to the CT scan, or he was set to come and stay at the house, but he didn't because of stuff that happened in the extras in volume 7, and Noir was around when Larissa gave birth. So he's been around without being shown around, you know? So can he talk candidly? Well. We have to wait and see. from your reaction, I get the feeling that the war did affect him. You could say that, yes, from my reaction, but my reaction could mean that I am very traumatized myself. I am affected myself from researching wars and history and stuff, you know? I am the one in pain. Like, the things that these characters make me do, like, I never imagined I'd be researching or writing something like that. Perhaps it did affect him, but not in the way I intended. Another thing to look forward to. War talk. See if I can do a good job writing scenes about characters that again, I mentioned before, Noir lives in his own story, in a genre different from everything. It's kind of like when you take a war story or a very serious like mystery or police, what do they call it? Like you take a movie or a series about law or a police station or investigation, FBI and all that, and then you get a glimpse of what a slice of life story is set in that universe in one episode or something. I feel like Noir is the opposite of that. Like the whole story is this realistic modern slice of life, and then there's Noir. This is going to be dropping the most unexpected trivia at family or other dinners that no one could imagine. How you know if they know greyis lore? If they don't know greyis lore. Yes. I will definitely... You know what? I was talking to my sister earlier today, and she's a mother of two, and I was talking about her and my mother as well. I was talking about something, about mothers in general, and then I branched out to talk about humanity in general, and humans, and selfishness in humans, and stuff like that. And she replied with a voice note saying that every once in a while, I do have to be surprised again how fitting for you to be a writer. And it always takes me back, like takes me aback. Like, what does she mean by that? But maybe I do drop random things here and there, things that I just look up for greyis characters. And this whole war thing is making me think of Jad too. Child book writers cause of war. And maps are owes a lot. You know what the funniest thing is? Noir is... I was thinking of this today. Noir is the only character who is mentioned in the synopsis of the story. White is implied, but it's about black. He stayed at a friend of his father's. I'm very surprised while revisiting him. I'm very surprised how how much of a hunter Noir has been. I think I didn't put him in hunters because he already appeared and stuff, but had we did the popularity poll pre-volume 6, I'd probably put him as a hunter. Noir only haunts Yeldar, it seems. You know what? Noir is a tough character to write for me. Yeah, not Noir. Yeldar, sorry. Yeldar is a tough character for me to write, but I love and I think most of the fandom are haunted by Noir. In the worst possible way. Because again, there are good haunters, like when we talk about Amir. But yeah, Yeldar is tough. It's hard for me to, challenging for me to write generally, not because of like, yeah, his place right now and where his arc is going and stuff. Yeah, it does kind of makes it hard. But generally speaking, he's the type. I talked about this last stream. He's the type of character that I don't enjoy writing in general. Kind of like how I was with White in the beginning. Again, parallel. But I do kind of enjoy and find it very easy to write him around Noir. For some reason. We took too long in this panel. Let's add the gray hairs. Eldar hate Noir and I get him. It's easy to write with hate, like. I hope you will be there for the discussion stream when this chapter is done updating. If you are there and you remember, and I don't forget, I will answer that. It's easy to write with hate. I will answer this comment in the future. Okay, I finished the 3rd volume of ORV. Omniscient. Not sure anymore. Every person reads it differently. I think it's a British versus American kind of pronunciation again. With my black memory, I know I'll not remember this. You know what? I kind of feel like I will remember because it's a thing that I thought of saying. Like, I thought I would mention about this because it's something I realized while working on it. So my hope that I will actually remember. Oh wait, I forgot. We forgot the dirty look. What? He looks better with the dirty look. I think Eldar is more absorbed in his own thoughts when he's with others, and it makes it seem like he's monologuing even when he's talking with someone. But with Noir, he wants to know what Noir's reactions are, so it makes for a more involved conversation, something like that. I love these thoughts. I love this reading so much, Tam. You're always so good at this. Very, very interesting. What chapter? I don't know about volumes. Let's see. It's chapter 72. It's like after the events of Dokja not sitting on the throne thing. Yeldar versus Bunny. Whose side eyes more? Bunny. Bunny for sure. Yeldar has nothing on Bunny. Absolute nothing. The chair event for the throne. Chair event, King of Kingless World. Yeah. By the end of it, the story King of Kingless World has been born. That is the last chapter in Volume 3. Chapter 72, Episode 15. A Kingless World, number 2. That's where I'm at. And I do have some thoughts. First, I really wish we start getting answers by Volume 4. I don't want another Deltarune, in a way. I'm not gonna elaborate for those who are gonna check after the fact and are haven't played, chapter 5. But at a certain point you feel like, you know, I wouldn't mind give me, like, it's something that I am very aware of as a reader and as a creator. When to start giving answers, you know? There are 5 members and one of them is his mother. Five members? What members? Hey, Hot Tracks! Thanks for stopping by. I wish you success as well. I think these should be closer. Kind of like this. This Death Note track? Yes. Not generally a big fan of Death Note, but the tracks, man. The soundtrack is so good. So we want this, we want this. And then I think I'm gonna fill this with black, this. Death Note is a prominent memory of my childhood for some reason. There are certain periods in life that has the media that you watched during just stick forever. What do we want? You know what? I think I did something wrong, but no worries. I can fix it. I'll just fill this now and then delete it. And then continue with the blacks. Let's go. Oh no. That's not what I wanted. I think I read a little bit of Death Note and I watched... I think I read it actually, I'm not sure. Maybe I dropped it after that certain thing that happened, that big thing that happened. That caused for other characters to join. I think I dropped it then. And I don't think I watched... No, I didn't watch the anime. I do love its premise though. And I love its ending too. The manga ending. I think the anime ending is different. I think I forgot another thing here. Hey Aishu, welcome. How are you doing? Let's go with hatching. How are we feeling? You just finished your workout? Well, judging by these emotes, I don't think... This is the only thing that prevents me from working out. Bad advice, but that's the reality of it. The last time was before 2 years. Oh, I see. Oh my god. Please do rest well. But yay for working out. The endings are different in manga and anime. Yeah, I like the... I think I read the manga, so I know the ending of the manga, but I think I watched a video about... Or maybe read a title of a video that mentioned that there are differences in the manga and anime. YouTube titles and Twitter hashtags, even though it changed ever since Elon Musk bought it, even ever since it became X. But yeah, the hashtag the explore, the trending hashtags were my newsfeed daily. I went karting yesterday and bowling, and I realized that I do need the workout. I need in the gym. So I relate. How many bubbles we have here? You know what? Thing is, let's see the overall thing. You know what? This one is busy. This page is busy. We can leave this a little bit airy. My arms are shivering now, so I can't type that much. I totally get it. Do rest well, and thank you for stopping by. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, next. I just realized Noir looks like a super detailed, glorious human, and Yildar looks like a... Maybe that's the real issue. Maybe. You know, Yildar could hit me as the character that would hate something just for genetics, you know? Like, it's your genes that cause this. This is not canon. This is not the author's opinion. It's just a funny headcanon of the author. I asked that before, but does a headcanon from the author canon? I should do workout for health reasons, but I don't do it. I'm tired without doing anything. That's the problem. That's the problem. Like, if I go to the gym or play, it's not just that one, like, even if it's 20 minutes, it's not those 20 minutes only. Because there's... The problem for me, and I mentioned it in that video I did about my projects for the next half of the year, is I am a person who, when taking a bath, when taking a shower, I die. I get physically drained. I can't do anything afterward. I do need to sleep afterwards. So it's gonna be I'm tired and I'm tired from the working out, and then I'm tired from the shower, and after it I need sleep. In general for me is very hard to wake up from, and now it's summer, so hypersomnia is already a thing, and I'm writing a lot, which takes a lot of my energy. So I'm still waiting for my sister to just drag me so we can register, sign up, join the gym, join the gym. I just hope that for some of these chapters I'm writing for this book, that someone will go like, what am I even reading? Just as much as I'm going, what am I even writing? What is this? Kildar and Noir Power? Yep. I wonder if it's any others. If there are any others that contribute. Author headcanon can be trivia, I guess? No, I don't think, because it's like it's a headcanon that because trivia can be trivia, like Yeldar likes tea. Here's your trivia. But me just saying that Yeldar could be a hater for, like, if he has let's say he has white hair and comes from Violet, so he would be angry at Violet for being the reason he has albinism. I really must and need to reread before the new chapter starts, and this is why I started doing. The thing is, you know what, I felt like these revisiting streams are not that fun. Not that many are interested, and not that I never, it's not about numbers, and eventually I do want to revisit them myself. Like, I started revisiting Noir because it's very much needed for me, so I'm gonna do it anyway. But I do feel like, yeah, revisiting certain characters before will be good. So what I have in mind is I do need to finish revisiting Noir, and then Violet, and also Yeldar. Yeah, an author's headcanon is funny. Run with the wind. The only workout I'm gonna do is running, honestly. I feel it. Or cycling. Or cycling, yes. But cycling is taking a lot from me. Running, the last time I ran, it became a cycle that I drew a comic about it. First, I have, for those who were in the Run with the Wind streams, I do have a problem with my knee, and that's why the last episode with Haiji kind of broke me, because it had the sound effects that actually really delivers the kind of pain that knee pain brings when running. But we have a lot of trees in my neighborhood, and I remember last time I started running, like, forget about all the tiredness until I got used to it and stuff. The problem was my lungs, my respiratory I don't know the word, but I started coughing, and I got sick only with a very strong cough that I broke my rib from coughing. We need to find someone to drag and to do stuff for health reasons. It's Sleepy, but Sleepy's been busy, so they get paid with my thanks. It's Sleepy. If it's like, Sleepy is the sports person in this community. But then again, it really depends on N's nature and how she does with people urging her to do stuff. Because again, I mentioned the Versus Wolves podcast that I listened to. I love its idea so much. I love the idea of having a friend that you make a podcast with, and that friend would suggest something that you wouldn't naturally watch by yourself. They would challenge you to watch it, and I would challenge them to watch stuff. So that's a win-win situation. They would get to watch things that you love, and you would have the opportunity to watch things that you wouldn't pick up normally yourself. A great idea. So every time I listen to one of these episodes. Let me grab a link. I feel like, my God, this is such a great podcast idea that I wanna, like, if there's ever a podcast idea I love, it would be that. It would be this. Problem is, I realize that my attitude kind of sometimes is like, if you urge me to do something, I would naturally feel like I don't want to do it. So it has to be a very specific person that actually would be able to sell me stuff, you know? It happened before because of running, yes. The rib breaking, yes. It was awful. The cough happened after the running, yes. I watched a podcast where the hosts play games and the loser gets assigned a show to watch by the winner. That's cool. And they discuss the show assigned in the next episode. That's so cool. This is the same thing. They just recommend to each other. The fun thing is they naturally clash sometimes. And it's not only shows. So they could suggest jujitsu or go try Caribbean food. Stuff like that. Like, it's not just shows and manga. And then they have this segment by the end of each episode where they rank stuff. And this is the fun thing again, like, Wooly watched Hunter x Hunter 1999, the first anime adaptation. And they start like, oh, so is it for you better than Caribbean food or better than this webcomic? And Wooly thinks, no, it's not better than this webcomic, but John is thinking that no, actually, it is better than this webcomic. So that's when the fun comes as well, with them trying to rank it in this master ranking list. That is one of the podcasts I really enjoy. So again, it's not just watching stuff, but like imagine someone challenging me to, like, I wanna do boxing before Black does eventually. So somebody would kind of hasten the process for me when they challenge me to do it, or like set a timer on it. Third century. Oh wow, Tam, have you watched The Drummer? Because there is this. If that's the one, that was so awesome. There was this drummer who streamed it and tried it multiple times to get it right. It's probably that one because it really got. The 8-bit drummer is the name, I think. He tried more than once to get it right. D watches a lot of YouTube, right? Yeah, that was so cool. Look at him. Look at that pose. Let me fangirl my rabbit, my nameless rabbit. I was today, so the thing is why the name isn't coming to me is because he is not in my room. Because I want to wait for a week or something before I put him in my room. Sia is always in my room and he had mites. So I want to wait on it. And so I need to see him a lot to understand him and get the feel of him. So today I spent like 45 minutes on the balcony with him, and he's a sneaker. And I do have a story called Sneaker, for those who remember. It's called a story called Sneakers, actually. So I was like thinking, yo, Sneaker could be a good name. He's such a sneaker. So on the balcony, let me just show you what happened. Was awful. Maybe you saw something like this. If you follow rabbits on Instagram, you probably got it. So this is our balcony. This is the door. And I like moved everything on one corner and blocked it. This side with a long wooden, let's say, I don't know, it's not a plank. It's a wooden thing, so he can't pass. And this side, I put one of these grated, like, cage-like. The ones that are for pens, for animal pens in general. And it's kind of, I think... No, wait, it's like this, yes. Oh, you know what? No, it's not like this. The pattern is very important because Mr. Sneaker here, so it's like big gaps. Mr. Tiny Sneaker here, it's too small. Like, imagine if the opening between each one is like this, let's say 4 centimeters. His head is 5 centimeters and a half or something, and he squeezed his head. He squeezed his head here, and it got stuck. And I had to try to, as gently as I can, because he freaked out, to remove his head. So, Sneaker is a good name, I think. My only problem is, the only problem with that name is, you know, you have a name, Jevil, and then it becomes Jevi. So I was so afraid of him, Sneaker, like what would it change to? It's gonna be Sneeko? We don't want a Sneeko. We don't want to go with Sneeko, right? If you don't know who Sneeko is, it's a streamer. Yeah, so Tam knows. Snicker. I thought of Speed. He's very fast. But then I remembered I Show Speed, I think that's the name. I know a lot of streamers without really knowing them, just from my Twitter feed. Speedo. No! Speedo makes me think of Free. My god, Free was traumatizing at certain times. I don't like skin. Or Senku from Dr. Stone. I don't know anything about Dr. Stone, you know that? Nothing. I just see, I know the main character from the illustration, like, just popping up on my manga reading application. And I think I follow, or I just see the author's posts on Twitter, because he talks a lot about manga creation and the industry state and stuff like that. Very good threads. Dr. Stone is so good. Let me see Senku. Science and friendship. So what is it that or Senku from Dr. Stone? What does that comment relate to? Which part? The speedo or the nudity or? Naming the rabbit Senku? Senku? Senku. I do need the name to be something that I know about. So I wanted to go with something from Hunter x Hunter. I tried calling him Hunter for 2 days, but it didn't stick. It's a very heavy word. Sneeko. Senku. I see. I thought of Netero. Jin. Okay, Mr. Let's fill this. $9S. 9S. Nobody's gonna get it. I thought of Nier. Honestly, I did think of Nier. Or Frisk. I mentioned this last stream. I think his ear. Or Pascal. $70. Let's go with 50. Rascal. He's a little rascal. Noir looks really present for Yildar. Oof. Oh my god, and oh my god, before de-zooming in, I thought Yildar was a Victorian street lamp. Oh my god, is that another parallel with Mr. Lighthouse Keeper? Is Yildar the light? I was so emotional by Tam's observation there. Not emotional, but I was like emotionally invested in Tam's observation there. Noir looks really present for Yildar. And then N comes with, it looks like a Victorian. I love streaming, man. I love streaming. That's good. That is good. I need also that is in a suit. I need to guess why. It's Black's funeral. What? They got whiplash from two readers' comments back to back. And I struck back. I struck back. I was so afraid yesterday when I went karting. I was so afraid of getting a whiplash. I was for a second afraid for my neck because my neck isn't in the best situation naturally, generally speaking, because of work. Okay, one last panel. And it's a fast one. Victorian lamps look yeah, Victorian things look fancy in general. Gildar and white as light, it shouldn't be like this. Again, as Blue said last, I don't know, in the previous stream, they could be not parallel but perpendicular, or like forming an X where they meet only once. So maybe all these are just them meeting once. I wrote something the other day, but I didn't want to post it on Twitter. It's funny how usually when I draw, like imagine one of the things that I always look up is running, walking from different angles and going up the stairs. So I just write guy going up the stairs, girl running, stuff like that. And it's always just randomly like this, like just walking, because I do want to just either check the posture or maybe find new angles to draw a walking pen, a panel that has a character walking. So for all characters, it's just like person walking, and then there's noir or standing, let's say, walking, standing, whatever. Then there's noir, person walking confidently, person sitting confidently. It has to be that specific. Next train, I slept on the floor without a pillow the previous night and I feel it now. Yeah, worth it though. Yes, worth it. I love sleeping on the floor. And it's not like other characters don't have their own brand of thing, but like I know how white walks, how black walks. Black walks playfully, or it depends on the emotion, because he's very expressive with his body. White always has to be cool. Yeldar always has his back hunched. So I do think of... like, I do have these in my brain, but it's funny that when I want to look up references, it really has I have to add confidently for Noir. Noir's brand is confident. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I hope you take care of your neck, Tom. There are some great exercises for, because I do have the pain and the symptoms of a whiplash, even though I didn't get a whiplash from an accident or anything. That includes feeling confident. I mean, not gonna argue against that at all. Yep, taking care of the necks. My hands pain is from my neck issue, so please, you two, take. I'm very sorry to hear that. I always think of your hand pain, and whenever I remember, I try to pray for you that it gets better. Oh, he's getting active. Noir's confidence helped him with his job with government, or he got it because the job required it. And you might be the #1 best commenter on Noir, I'm sorry to say. I think it needs to be longer. Then is the War Whisperer unwillingly. Dee remembers me because of him, and now the best commenter. I mean, you're doing it. It's not me. It's not me. Like, you bet now, every time I write about his job, or his confidence, or war, I'm gonna be thinking about you. Everyone who hates or love him, I'm gonna think about. But you'll be on top of the list. See? There are good things that comes from him. Now you just camp in my mind rent-free. It's like white in the dark and black's head, me and Mark's. What a lovely way to put it. You're good. Never say that you're a bad writer. I do bad reader. I don't want to hear you say that ever. I need to get him out. He's very lively. He wants to run and jump. Look at him. For those who don't know, this is called Bunny 500. Rabbits do it, where they just run around and jump. They call it Binky when they jump in the air. Bunny 500, let's go. See, I didn't come today. No, she left before I started. And when I stream, I closed the door. So even if she came and I have my headphones, I wouldn't have heard her. And now when I open the door, she's gonna be behind it, maybe. There is one effect, I think. There it is, yes. There's something ugly here. There is something that I noticed when I sketched this. While I was taking the screenshots from the stream because I lost the sketch, I noticed that his eyes are kind of very close. And I didn't do anything about it. I thought that I'm gonna do it before, like after I paste the screenshot. I'm gonna fix it, but I forgot. I remember now. Right, let's take it all. Why not? Let's move it all this. You know what? No. Wait. Let's not take this. Just the eye and the shading. Okay. I can deal with the rest. Yeah, that's better. Though I think... Second page gives me the chill. Thank you. It was fun to draw. Okay, wait, let me just fix this, and then I know what is the problem, I think. Now, I think this whole thing needs to go up a little bit. These ominous bird silhouettes. Noir is getting face surgery. In real time. For free! I want to try something. Oh no, I don't want... No, wait. Not like this. Yeah, like this. Okay, and then maybe I can... Let's see. This track, man. Run with the wind. And have you watched the last episode? Please tell me you did. Wait, hold on. The effect on Noir looks like a black hole, and there was Jad's analogy of the place where light can't escape with regards to white. Is this happening with these two? What is this? I don't know. I wish I can... I wish I knew. I have no idea. It's a relief when Dee connected his eyebrow part, because I love cut injured eyebrows. Too bad that he didn't have it before. But the thing is, just go revisit any panel of Noir and see how short both his eyebrows are. They're very short. It's always as if both eyebrows are missing their ends. Like, it's almost like they both have cuts in them. I don't want to see a new thing I love on him even for a minute. Oh man. You know what I'm loving about this whole thing, and I feel like I'm witnessing a love story unfold in real time. Tam, you see it? Like how, you know, these romantic stories where there's this main character that hates the guts of another character, which happens to be the second. If I went with this, I will need to make it... No. Make it stand on its own with some margins. Yes, yes, this looks beautiful like this. I do need to see it with text first, though. You see the vision? Enemies to lovers. Yes, that's the trope. Tam, do we ship it? Do we ship it? I thought he's gonna yawn. Should I invest into this ship? Constellation D says yes. Constellation D smirks at this turn of events. My emotional state is at stake here. Okay, I guess we're done. I love that we ended at this very funny note, I guess. Please, and let us know when it's too much so I can stop. Let me know. Viewer Tam wants to support Dee's vision. Constellation D wishes Tam eventually joins into that vision. He yawns now. I'm laughing so hard, very happy to hear that. That's what we're here for. We want positivity because the story sometimes doesn't carry that, so. Thanks a lot for coming. Thanks thanks a lot for sticking around till the end. I don't think there will be any more streams from this chapter. So any art stream from now on is gonna be something. Bombastic stream, thank you for the bombastic presence. Catch you around, enjoy your Saturday. And if you are a reader of Hunter x Hunter, can't wait for tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye-bye.